Welcome to TradersArmy.com, defending your right to build wealth and preserve capital for generations to come. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's edition of the Daily Market Commentary. I'm your host, Chuck Fulkerson. Hope you've all had an amazing trading day yesterday. We are leading off with a Tuesday. Markets are up 3 points. Had a really nice run up yesterday that reversed at our 15-minute level, but let's go ahead and dive right in. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor, click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get the alerts and the updates as they happen. All right, let's take a look. So yesterday we were looking at the S&P after we had that wicked overnight rally. And we had talked about the 15-minute level, which we got a little reversal off of and moving our stop to break even. So the market really didn't do a whole lot after that. And it's setting itself up actually right now for what could be a pretty decent breakout to the upside. So keep an eye on this breakout potential later today with this area up here acting as a secondary price target. Now this level up here, we got to switch to a confirmation entry because those of you that were on our Friday session, you were able to catch that move down. Since it's been touched once, it needs to switch to a confirmation long. But if we break out above here, I'd like to see a little bit of basing. If we break out above here at 2907, looks like a pretty decent first target. Right now, your stop would have to go well below this pivot here, so it's a little bit of a wider stop. And if that's too wide for you, take a look at the micros. You can use micros as a way to leg in, maybe get in with 1 or 2 contracts, and then add additional contracts as price moves. NASDAQ, same picture. Actually, NASDAQ looks to be a slightly better breakout opportunity if we get some basing in here. Got to get the basing in front of that level. Once again, confirmation level up here switches because that level's already been touched once. Didn't even think about doing it the other day because, frankly, last time I did a live trade room, we were down here, but we do have to switch that to a confirmation. Crude oil. So yesterday's crude oil level price came into the zone and just based around. Before now, we're starting to get a little bit of a rally out of it, but unfortunately, that level did not hold. You may or may not have stopped out based on your stop should be below the pivot, but we really had more than 6 candles of nothingness, right? So that level, just not a lot happened with it. Put in a little bit of a base down here for what could be, an opportunity for price to continue to rally just a bit here. But in looking at some of the areas, there's this area here with these 2 double wicks that are somewhat appealing, so keep an eye on that. But there's nothing here that's making me want to just jump in and set up a trade. So when I've got that kind of a setup, I find that discretion is the better part of valor. And so I'll hold off for just a bit on this one. Gold, looking at gold. Now in gold, we are setting up for what could be a very nice breakdown, actually, below with a target somewhere down in here, which was our hourly level. So keep an eye on gold right through there for potential breakdown. Now, gold on a breakdown is a little bit tricky because our 4-hour is still very much in an upward trend, but this is setting up for a little bit of a move down from this zone. Looking at our bonds and currency markets, not a whole lot to really review in these markets. Currencies or bonds, we've still got this level up in here. Really just kind of consolidated price action in here, so nothing to add on the ZN. The Aussie, we are seeing a bit of what could be a nice rollover. This actually looks like a candle-to-candle entry opportunity from here, depending on your risk tolerance, to see if price comes down from this level. So with a candle-to-candle entry, remember you get short when you have a lower high on a lower low on a candle, and your stop goes above the prior candle's high, and then you move that stop with each newly formed and newly printed candle. In the euro, we have a level of supply up above us that price was unable to get back into yesterday, so I'll leave that one pretty much intact. Could get a little bit of basing below this level here, so keep an eye on this line of support for some basing. And then the Canadian dollar, we rallied pretty hard into our Canadian dollar supply level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This was an example of at the 6 candles, you move your stop to break even, and then basically you're out either somewhere inside the zone or just around the break-even level. And now that we have finally made some move in the Canadian dollar, it broke out of the zone, I'm gonna wrap my lines around this area here. This is not a great time of day, early afternoon, noontime, but it still does leave us for an opportunity. Looking at the Great British Pound and Japanese Yen on the other screen, when we look at the pound, let's see, opening this thing up, we will see that the pound breakdown yesterday that we talked about, we got a little bit of a move away from there, came back up. Remember our 6-candle rule, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It had gone nowhere, so you move your stop to break even. And then you got a little run out of it before it reversed in the overnight. So if you got a little bit out of that Great British Pound breakout, let me know. Leave it in the comment section. That'd be great to hear. Now, nothing to lean on, right? There's nothing I love that's telling me what to do. I don't like any of these supply levels up here well enough for me to be willing to trade against it. And I think that when I look at the 4-hour, I think that we've put in a pretty nice rounding base, and I think longs make a little bit more sense at this point. So we may have to get above that this swing high here, but I think longs make a bit more sense. Let me go down to a 15-minute to see what we saw from the overnights. This is fairly far away at the moment, but right here, this is a little bit of a move up, and we'll see if price comes back into that region. Japanese yen, we actually got a little touch and go off of our Japanese yen 60-minute level. So if you did take this one, move your stop to underneath probably this low here to lock in a little bit of profit, because that one actually did give us a nice little touch and go off of that Japanese yen move. So hopefully you guys have a great trading day today. If there's any questions that you have, please let us know.